Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cal Poly Pomona's Next Steps for Transfer Students for the Fall 2020 term. I'd like to first start by introducing myself. My name is Catherine George. I am an admissions counselor with the Office of Admissions and Enrollment Planning. Please note that this is a pre-recorded session, so if you do have more specific questions, we will have webinars available on the admissions website for you to get any of those more specific questions during the live sessions. Before we get into it, I'd also like to congratulate all of our transfer students for the fall 2020 term on all of their hard work and their acceptance and being admitted to Cal Poly Pomona. So without further ado, let's get into it. Our first deadline, initial transcripts, they were due April 1st or April 15th, so which has since passed. With that being said, these were not required, but highly advised. And the reason being was so that we can begin working on your transfer credit to ensure that it is ready for you at your orientation session. We understand that we are in a unique situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, we accepted two forms of transcripts this year. We accepted official or unofficial, depending on the limitations at your current institution. If you were not able to submit these transcripts, that's okay. We will not take any negative action if you were unable to do so. Our next step is the enrollment confirmation deposit, also known as the ECD. This deadline has been extended from May 1st to June 1st. Depending on when you were admitted, your acceptance letter may have stated that the enrollment confirmation deposit was due or is due May 1st. It is now due June 1st. So you have about an extra month to submit that enrollment confirmation deposit. Please note that this is a two-step process. You need to log on to your portal, your MyCPP, and first step is to accept your offer, and step two is to pay the $150 enrollment confirmation deposit through your ECD. So just please be mindful that it is two steps. If you have a waiver, an ECD waiver, you must still go in and accept your offer of admission. So you must still take action on step one. This ECD is non-refundable and non-transferable. What that means is, should you decide you no longer want to attend Cal Poly Pomona, unfortunately, we cannot refund your ECD. Should you decide that you want to attend Cal Poly Pomona, or you are unable to attend Cal Poly Pomona for the fall 2020 term and would like to apply for the spring 2021 term, your ECD is non-transferable. Additionally, we cannot transfer it to a friend or a colleague or a classmate. And finally, your ECD, your enrollment confirmation deposit, will be applied toward your fall 2020 tuition and fees. Our next step here, priority housing consideration, May 15th. You want to ensure that you secure campus housing if you need to. There are different types of housing on our campus. For more information, I would like to encourage you to visit the university housing website, which you will find below. They offer several types of housing. We have our residence halls. We also have our suites, which are more apartment style housing. And then we also offer off-campus housing known as University Village. This is also open to our neighboring colleges, such as our community college known as Mount SAC. So just be aware that it is open not only to Cal Poly, but our neighboring community college as well. Housing will vary for the cost depending on the type of housing. So our suites are typically a bit more costly than our traditional residence halls. Other factors that come into play in regards to housing, our our number of roommates. So if you have 2 roommates, it's going to be more expensive than if you have 3 roommates. And lastly, is going to be the size of the meal plan that you need. If you are only needing 2 meals a day versus 3 meals a day, that can come into play in regards to cost. And finally, most important, is the housing deposit. So that's a $450 housing deposit, which will ensure that you secure your housing, whether it be on or off campus. And again, that is due May 15th. Our next deadline, also May 15th, registration for orientation. Orientation is mandatory for all new transfer students. And we're doing things in a little bit different again this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our orientation is going to be virtual, so it will be online, and it consists of 3 parts, okay? Part 1 is going to be a self-guided virtual orientation. That's available to you June 1st. We estimate that this may take you roughly 2 hours to complete. The second part is going to be advising / registration virtual workshop. This is where you will be able to speak with an academic advisor, and you'll also be able to register for classes. This is where you're going to pick all of your classes for the fall 2020 term. Now, our dates for orientation, again, they're going to vary depending on your major. So all orientations are set up by major. So that's going to be anywhere from July 20th to August 7th. So depending on when your major offers orientation, that's how you're going to pick your orientation date. But just be advised that it is from July 20th to August 7th. And then I also want to remind you, like I mentioned earlier, we are requesting that your final transcripts, should you be enrolled in the spring term, that your final transcripts be sent by July 15th so that we can ensure we have your transfer credit report available to you at your orientation. Part 3 is what we refer to as virtual engagement. This is when you will meet with campus departments and orientation leaders. Pushing a little bit further, our July 15th deadline for AP scores. AP scores, this is going to be only for those who have AP credit. So if you took an AP test in high school and you are using those units toward your admission requirements, we need those test scores from you by July 15th. Cal Poly Pomona will remain flexible with the receipt of scores, again, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Just ensure that you send your scores to Cal Poly Pomona using the school code listed below, 4082. Assuming that you took those AP tests more than 4 years ago, they will be archived. So when you request your scores from College Board, you must submit an AP score request form for archived test scores. That fee for that is $25. College Board is still processing archived test scores. However, it does take a little bit longer. So if your scores are archived, I recommend that you request those as soon as possible. Again, transfer credit will only be awarded for those students who have receipt of official test scores. I'd also like to reiterate that if you are utilizing these scores for your admission requirements, meaning 2 out of the 4 golden 4s, or for units, it is especially important that we receive those test scores from College Board. Final transcripts. Final transcripts are due July 15th again. That's 2 July 15th deadlines. We'll be requesting those through the fall 2020 term. I want to also reiterate that we will be flexible with those scores, with those transcripts as well. Again, COVID-19. Also, all students will remain provisionally admitted until we receive those final transcripts. Oftentimes students want to know, when will they be fully admitted, or when will they be cleared? So you will be cleared as soon as we receive those final transcripts. Otherwise, you will remain provisionally admitted. And for those students who received, who earned an ADT, so a degree for transfer, if you received a communication indicating that your ADT was dissimilar or incomplete, what does that mean? So if it was deemed dissimilar, that means your pathway. So if you received an ADT from a community college for a specific pathway, and Cal Poly Pomona does not have that pathway, it was deemed dissimilar. If your ADT was deemed incomplete, meaning you will not complete your ADT by the spring 2020 semester, that just means that you didn't complete maybe 1 or 2 classes to complete that degree. You are still admissible. As long as you are meeting the admission requirements, you are still admissible. Now, what that means down the line is you just won't receive initially you won't receive the benefits of the ADT, which is the slight GPA bump. Further down the line, what that means is we cannot guarantee that you will graduate in 60 semester units. So again, dissimilar or incomplete ADTs, you are still admissible. You just won't receive the added benefits of a slight GPA bump and to graduate within 60 semester units. Again, final transcripts as it relates to COVID-19. CPP will accept credit or pass for all transferable college courses completed in the winter, spring, or summer 2020 terms, including those courses that you'll be utilizing to satisfy the Golden 4, speech, English, critical thinking, or college level mathematics, all other general education courses, as well as any major prerequisite courses. We will also clear admission for transfer applicants with 48 semester units or 72 quarter units transferable to who have completed English or the math requirement through summer 2020. For more information on this from the Chancellor's Office, you can follow the link below in regards to these policies as it relates to COVID-19. Tuition and fees. Our tuition and fees, this is a breakdown of essentially if you wanted to go part-time, 0 to 6 units, or if you wanted to attend Cal Poly Pomona full-time, which would be 6.1 units and above. We encourage you to take 15 to ensure that you can graduate in a timely manner. Tuition is the same across all of the CSUs. What is going to vary are the fees. Fees are what can vary from institution to institution across the CSU. For example, our campus, you will incur fees for health fees for the health center. We have what's called the BRIC, our Bronco Recreation Intramural Center. Those are also included in your fees. If you are deemed a non-resident for tuition purposes, that means that you will incur an additional $396 per unit in non-resident fees. Okay, again, that's $396 per unit. Financial aid, award packages, preliminary award packages will be going out beginning mid-April. So you will be notified of your award packages. That way you can budget the estimated cost of attendance. So this will help with any planning moving forward. We do offer funding opportunities. I encourage you to visit our financial aid website for those different opportunities, meaning different grants, different scholarships that are available to you. With the COVID-19 pandemic, should your income have changed, we understand people have been losing jobs, or they have, received less hours, things like that in regards to their employment. So if anything has changed in regards to income, you can also visit the financial aid website and fill out a change of income form online. Lastly, if you need to contact us, we still are operating during our normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can reach us two ways, via email, or you can give us a call. You can give us a call at the number listed here. Understand that it is limited. We do ask that you please include not only your name, but your 9-digit Bronco ID number so that we can return your call, as well as be able to identify exactly who you are. So again, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 2 forms, email, as well as phone. Again, I'd like to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments and achievements, and I'd like to personally welcome you to the Bronco family. Feel free to hashtag #WeAreCPP on your social media and share your positive accomplishments with those around you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.